What is a word that feels like a warm blanket when you hear it? Today I feel a bit tired, so hello, bonjour, 안녕, konnichiwa minasan. Today I felt a bit tired, so I decided to record this video in this situation. So yeah, I hope you will still enjoy the tingles and the weird questions that I'm going to ask you in this video. Yes, let's go. Okay, so what color is the quietest part of the night to you? I'm going to answer some of them if they're actually interesting to me as well. But I have chosen some of the questions that are actually interesting to me. So, yeah. If sleep was a train, where do you think it actually takes you? Well, I have no idea about this one. If your dreams were a physical place you could visit while awake, what would the weather be like there? I'm actually waiting for your answers. Do you think the moon has a memory of everyone who has ever looked at it? I hope it has a memory of everyone. If you could pause the world at exactly 3 a.m., what is the first thing you would do? If comfort had a specific temperature, what number would it be? What does safety actually smell like to you? If you could see the shape of your own soul, what texture would it have? Is it soft like velvet or smooth like glass? Please don't pay attention to the background noises and only focus on answering these questions. Okay? If time was something you could hold in your hands, would it feel heavy or light? I think it would be heavy for me. That's just my opinion, by the way. What is a word that feels like a warm blanket when you hear it? what is it for you guys? Hmm. Hmm. I can't find mine. Anyways, if your heartbeat played a melody, what instrument would it sound like? Wow, these questions are actually very smart. It makes me think about them. Mine, maybe it would be a harp, like this. I love that instrument, and I feel like it whenever I have a new feeling in my heart. I wish I could play harp. Okay. Have you ever touched a piece of clothing that immediately felt like a hug? Yes, I have. What about you? I think all of you have had this experience once at least, especially when you were a child. Just these experiences seem to be for the time that we were all just so small. If sunlight had a taste, what flavor would morning light be compared to the late afternoon? Well, I'm actually thinking about something sweet and sour at the same time. Can you feel the exact moment when you start to fall asleep? Or is it always a mystery? Well, mine is always a mystery. I don't remember the exact time that I fall asleep. But I've heard that some people remember the moment they fall asleep, which is really interesting. Do you have a memory that feels like it belongs to a past life? Wow. I've had experienced, I have had some moments about such things, and I actually felt that I think all of us have had this experience, and this is very, it feels really strange, and it gave me chills every time it happened to me. Which imaginary friend or childhood comfort object do you secretly still think about? A lot of things and imaginary friends. Not imaginary friends, but childhood comfort objects are a lot for me. So basically, I think about them a lot. And I like, I still like my childhood. Although it was difficult at some points related to my family and parents, but I have some memories with my cousins and I like them. So yeah. Do you think our memories change colors as they get older? Yes. Yes, they do. In my opinion, yes. What is a song that instantly teleports you back to a simpler time? Mine is Human Nature by Michael Jackson. Since I was 7 or 6, maybe, I remember my mom playing this song, and at that point I didn't know the meaning, but I remember my mom cooking and listening to this song at the same time. And I was just playing with my dolls and watching her enjoying the time that she's having at that moment. Almost every day my mom was listening to Michael Jackson songs, so I think my childhood is really familiar with his songs. But unfortunately I didn't have the chance to, meet him. Anyways. If you could write a letter to your childhood self, what would the first sentence be? Wow, this is going to be heavy for me, so I'm not gonna answer this one. But I'm waiting for your answers. Yes, maybe in the comments. Okay. If your life was a book, what would the title of this current quiet chapter be? So, I'm not sure about your current chapter, whether it's quiet or no, but you can imagine the situation with this chapter of your life and name name this chapter. Mine would be I don't know, maybe Arrival, based on what I'm actually experiencing right now. I think I would choose the title like this: Arrival. Yes. Anyways, do you think trees communicate with each other when we aren't listening? I think so. Yes, they do. I believe in these things. I actually believe that there are some connections between natural, like, what do we call it, plants, and anything that is living in the nature, like in jungles. I don't know, these natural places. I strongly believe that. So, for me, yes. Okay, next questions. If you had to describe yourself using only things found in a forest, what would you be? Um, Maybe I would be just a leaf which comes down from a tree, or maybe a tree. Yeah. Have you ever felt homesick for a place you have never actually been to? Oh, yeah, I've had this feeling a lot. I actually suffer from thinking about a place that I've never been to, but I feel homesick for it. I feel homesick for the place. It's very strange, but that's actually happening to me. Or even a person. Yeah, place or person. It happens to me. If the universe had an edge, what do you think is on the other side? Well, I don't believe that the universe has an edge. I strongly believe that it's like round. What what's the other word for? I forgot the word. But if it had an edge, the other side would be maybe another universe. I don't know. You go on the edge and you fall to the other universe. Okay. What if we are all just characters in someone else's very peaceful dream? I have no idea about this. But I think that at the same time that you're dreaming about someone, you're having a dream about someone, that person is also having a dream about you at the same time. I think that's what actually happens. So, um, but but regarding the characters, I'm not sure. I think actually we are characters in a story that, or in a game that God has actually created, and He's playing with us. No offense to anyone or any religion, but that's my idea. Have you ever looked in the mirror and felt like you were looking at a very dear friend? Not a dear friend, but someone who is still unknown to me. I need to get to know them more and more and more. Yes. Okay. Where does your mind go when it finally feels safe enough to went there? Mine actually goes to space. I really like to go to space and experience being in space and watching Earth from that view, and also being able to see other stars and galaxies. So yeah, my mind straightly goes to space at that point. If your sadness was a small creature, how would you gently take care of it? You guys tell me, how would you take care of your sadness? Mm, I don't blame it, and I let it to experience what it should experience. Like when you're sad, when you're angry, when you feel guilty, any of these feelings, I let them be. I let them, like, I let myself experience them. I don't mm, I don't try to stop them, because as long as you experience them and let them show themselves in a positive way, actually, not to ruining you, it will be better for you after 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 a while. Because if you stay against them, um, they do not have any chance to show up, and you will not get healed soon. So you have to experience the feelings that you should experience. Like, you have to let them show themselves, you have to accept them, and you have to give it time. After time, they will go home. They will go, and that's how you become an experienced person regarding different feelings and different situations, difficult times. You shouldn't be against your feelings. Why did I start to talk so deeply about this? Anyways, next questions. If you could build a house entirely out of soft things, what would the walls be made of? I think the walls would be made of clouds for me. But since clouds cannot be touched, like they're only steam, I think mm, I think maybe velvet. Yeah, velvet would be nice. I'm not sure, but yeah. Or maybe silk. Silk is one of the best options. I had so many other answers for that, but just let's go to other questions. Do you think the sky forgives the clouds for blocking the sun? Oh, how cute is that? I think sun should be the one to forgive the clouds, not the sky. But okay, yes, I think sky forgives the clouds, but moon, yeah, actually, clouds block moon more than sun sometimes, so sky should forgive clouds for blocking the moon as well. Okay, next question. What is the quietest way you show love to yourself? Well, the quietest way I show love to myself is painting watercolor, because I love watercolor. I ran out of battery. Okay, so let's just continue and quickly finish this video. But yes, let's continue. I forgot my answer to the previous question, but anyways, let's just continue. What is the quietest way you should love? Oh, I think this was the question. What is the quietest way you show love to yourself? Guys, mine is painting watercolor. I love watercolor or simply other methods of painting and drawing with different kind of materials and mediums. This is actually the way I try to love myself and show love to myself. Maybe people would say drawing or writing or cooking, listening to music, making music, walking, singing, anything. But since the question is asking about the quietest way, I think watercolor is the quietest one for me. If you could bottle the feeling of absolute relief, what color would the liquid be? Okay, so imagine a liquid in a bottle, and that is actually the feeling of absolute relief. I think mine would be light blue. Yes. Mine would be light blue, since light blue to me means total relief. Or maybe light green, very light green. Yeah. It reminds me of a scenery that the sky and a green plain are actually connected to each other. So there's no border between them. And that is actually very relaxing to me, to imagine that picture. Okay, are you ready to let go of today and just rest now? Are you? Do you really feel like letting go of today? I myself do. Although I have much time today in order to do other things, but I feel like after doing this video, I myself feel relaxed and want to take a nap. Maybe I personally am ready to let go of today, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video as much as I enjoyed. And yes, I'm going to take a nap, and I think you should do as well. And I'm going to see you next videos. Bye bye. Au revoir. 안녕. またね、皆さん。